from Ohio to Arizona. Even part of my family in Ohio. I go back to see my son in Arizona. Been out in Arizona for the last 12 years, 13 years, probably more than that. Anyway, a while. And some things happened to me a while back, a little over a year ago, that made me decide to move back to Ohio, be with some family, help take care of me. And I've got brain cancer. It's anaplastic astrocytoma, I think is what it's called. And that's part of the story. Patrick's little story. Yeah. Patrick's little story started about 7 years ago. And I was out having fun, camping with some friends. SCA, Event Society for Creative Anachronisms, Society of. Anyway, my memory is really bad, just to forewarning here. When they got into me, got into my brain, and the area that they got affects certain kinds of memory. For me, right now, it's specific nouns. So, like I can identify, hey, I know that's a fruit, but I'm not really sure which fruit it is. I know what it is, but I can't remember the name of it. But there are some things you use every day. I know, hey, that's an apple. What kind of apple? Well, it's either green or red. And I know there are a couple that I really like. Green, looking at greenish. Green, no, not all green, but kind of a halfway. And they're really good. And I can't remember the names of those to save my life. I used to actually be a pretty smart guy. I was into electronics and software. I started messing with electronics when I was in the 5th grade, and just stuck with it ever since. Never had a problem remembering things back then. So when I got on it, I enjoyed it. But back to the story of when it happened. I was at that camping event, and I was out. They had all these vendors open, little signs outside the vendor, what their little company was, or what they sold, or who they were. And I was walking along, and I'm looking. Okay, they got some cool stuff over there. There's music over in that one. They're making leather things there, and making their little swords and things over there, armor over there. And I was walking around the corner to go down to the next one, and I looked at their little name things, and I looked at them and I thought, those words are like in Russian. And I looked around the other way, and I looked at them and I go, those are like in Russian or something. I'm just using the term Russian as in any language, I should say, when I picked Russian, because I don't understand Russian. That's why I picked it. And I didn't understand the words at all. And they were in English, and I didn't understand a single one of the words. I couldn't tell what the letters were, and it was just a big mess. And I didn't know what any of them meant. And I realized something's wrong. So I went over and sat down. And the next thing I know, I'm briefly remembering something about maybe being in an ambulance. And then I was in a hospital, and I'm pretty sure I was awake enough to deal with them at that point. I don't remember a lot of it. So they did CAT scans, MRIs, try to figure out what happened to me. And they asked me, do you have seizures? And I said, no. They said, well, something's wrong. So they looked into it, and inside of my noggin, they found a big nodule thing. They found something in there, and it doesn't belong there. It looked about the size of an egg, or something like that. It was a pretty big lump. Excuse me. And so they went ahead and said, we're going to have to go in there and cut it out, see what it is. It's really dangerous. Okay. For some reason, I just said, sure, go ahead. Cut me open. And because I figured something was wrong. I was over 100 miles away from where I lived, in Tucson, Arizona. I was on the other side of Phoenix, so they brought me into Phoenix and brought me out to a place to get surgery, because I was on the other side of Phoenix. Anyway, surgery was interesting. I didn't know what to expect. We're going to go in here and cut out some of it. And I'm like, okay. Am I going to remember myself? And they were like, well, we're going to do our best. So I'm like, So he's a great surgeon. So I went out. And the next thing I know, you got to say I have an interesting life. The next thing I know, I wake up and I'm laying there on those little bed things, gurney or whatever they are, and it was in the same room that they did my surgery, so it's in that little area, and around it they have like these, not fences, but like sheets, hanging sheets, and I was inside one of those little things, so they just like closed the little drape, so I had a little bit of privacy, because I had just got the surgery done. They were waiting for me to come to from the stuff they give you to knock you out, anesthetic or something like that. So when I woke up, I was laying there and I looked up and I looked over, and my girlfriend's right over there in the chair next to me, and I was like, hey, where's the bathroom? And she looks up, she's like, oh my gosh. And I was like, the first thing I did and said, so I looked, and she goes, it's over there. I was like, okay. And I got up and grabbed that thing, the tube stuck in you to keep fluids in you. And I grabbed onto that. I got up out of the bed, walked around the corner, and went over to the bathroom, walked in to the bathroom, because I had to pee really bad. And so I was coming out, walking back to my bed, and the nurse just comes walking in, and her eyes just jumped out of her head. She's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I said, I had to go to the bathroom. And she's like, get back in bed. I was like, I'm sorry. And she goes, well, I guess the surgery went okay. So apparently you're not supposed to get up and walk around after brain surgery. But so I got back in bed, and I had no pain, of course. I felt fine. And so after she said, I guess the surgery went okay, and that's when I started thinking. I was like, yeah, I just had brain surgery, cool. And I'm still talking, and I'm walking. So I was pretty excited about it.